Olá, eu sou Miriam Sato, terapeuta e fundadora do Instituto Biocymetics. Eu estive no Japão e trouxe uma técnica terapêutica transformadora e totalmente inédita no Brasil. E essa técnica tem mudado a vida de muitas pessoas. No final de 2016, eu fiz um treinamento de um aparelho russo que consegue medir nível de energia, alinhamento dos chakras, nível de estresse e equilíbrio da energia da pessoa. Enfim, um aparelho incrível que eu vou falar mais tarde. Eu comentei sobre isso com uma amiga minha que veio do Japão, é a Mariko, e ela faz parte de um grupo fechado japonês que estuda tecnologia e inovação para a evolução do ser humano. A Mariko comentou que nesse grupo estava sendo falado muito sobre um terapeuta japonês que tinha criado uma técnica terapêutica chamada Ema Sound. O Ema Sound é uma técnica terapêutica que pode ser utilizada para a gente ajudar em questões físicas, emocionais e psicológicas. E ela tem como base o Cymetics. Para quem nunca ouviu falar de Cymetics, o Cymetics é o estudo do impacto da vibração do som na matéria. E como que é isso? O estudo disso começou em 1930 por um cientista suíço chamado Hans Jene. E ele fez isso, ele pegou uma placa de metal, jogou areia por cima e em um aparelho ele ia definindo quais as frequências de som que ele queria que fosse emitido no alto-falante. Então ele notou que emitindo determinada frequência de som, a areia se movimentava e formava uma figura geométrica. Definia uma outra frequência de som, a areia se movimentava de novo e formava uma outra figura geométrica. E para esse fenômeno foi ele que deu o nome de Cymetics. A continuidade de todo esse estudo foi passado por um médico britânico chamado Dr. Manners. E por ele ser médico, ele aprofundou ainda mais para entender qual é o impacto da frequência de som no corpo humano, né? Todo esse estudo foi passado para as mãos do terapeuta japonês chamado Matsushita, né? Em japonês, professor, a gente fala sensei, então a gente chama ele de Sensei Matsushita. E agora eu vou compartilhar com vocês uma entrevista exclusiva que eu fiz com ele lá no Japão.
How I developed the Ema Sound is initially I met Dr. Mana. That was 1990. At that time I was a researcher it was a researcher for the Department of Health for English British government, right? At that time my daughter was born, the third daughter was born, and then we found out the congenital malformation of the right hip. So I went there, many of the doctors, and see whether she can be helped. And at that time my wife was a nurse, specializing for the premature babies. So she knows many doctors, and then we went there and then see whether they can do anything for us. But none of the doctors helped us. We had about more than 10 doctors to see them, and none of them helped us. And then we actually begged to one of the doctors to see anything, because the rest of the doctor can just look at my daughter and then do nothing. So I asked him, can you do something? Then one of the doctors said, well, if I push it into certain angles, then it might be forms normally or might be questions, So they do not know, but they say we will try and cluster the whole body of the babies and see if they can, lock the hip joint into certain positions so that my daughter can grow to help certain angles. But it didn't work. As soon as the plaster was formed, we checked with the ultrasound, and it was not working. So basically, we have nothing to do. But out of blue sky, one of my friends was living at that time in San Francisco, in the United States. He phoned me up and said there's a doctor called Dr. Manas, Peter Guy Manas, and this particular doctor has a certain sound, and he was thinking to produce waterbed which contains a certain healthy music, so that they can improve kind of healthy bed they want to make. So it was his phone call. He just gave me the Dr. Mana and just telephone numbers. He asked me to collect a certain materials from him, and he tried to do it by himself, but he was not able to do it because it was overseas call, and he couldn't time it right to call him. So I was living in London, and Dr. Mana was living in north of England. So I called him following day, and I asked whether he has a good sound. He told me it was. He has all the good sound. He doesn't have a bad sound. And all of he mentioned about the cymatics. I don't know what the cymatic means. I was keep on asking certain questions, and he was asking me certain questions, and we couldn't kind of meet well. So eventually, the doctor asked me what I'm doing. So I told him that I'm a researcher for the Department of Health, for the working for the British government. So he said, "Oh, if you come to see research laboratory, you might like it." So I said, "Okay, I'll come see you." So at that time, I have no idea what this person is. I went there by driving by car myself, and it took about 3.5 hours one way. It was very hot. Midsummer, it was like middle of September, but it was very hot, like midsummer, and I was sweating like mad. And at that time, English automobile doesn't have air conditioning system, so I had to like opening the doors, windows, and everything to cool me down. But at the same time, when I arrived, it was like sweating like mad. So anyway, I went to see Dr. Mana. He gave me this like speakers. He said, "Oh, this is good for your health. This is good for your lung. This is good for your stomach." But at that time, I didn't have any much problem. So I said, "Okay." Anyway, I need some materials for my friends. So they, "Okay, here's a book and here's a material. You can pick any of those, and you can take it home." I said, "Okay, I picked it up." So I all of a sudden thought, what about my daughter? So I asked my daughter's conditions. My daughter was like this, and my daughter plasters like this, and whatever you do on the plaster never work. But if you come to bring your daughter to me, which will probably 1 month, your daughter will be normal. I said, "Huh?" And at that time, what he said it can cure it. I asked, "What is cure?" Cure means C-U-R-E. Is that cure means cure? He said, yeah, cure. It cures. It means perfect health. So I was literally questioning the doctor, why you can help. Then because of the commutation of the sound he has, is to help to develop the bones. We can help the muscles. It can help anything. So that when the sound was introduced to my daughters, it should normalize. And they drive back to my home and they explain to my wife, this doctor might be helping. Then within probably a few days, we went back with my daughter, my wife, and two other daughters together. Went to Dr. Manas, and then he did a sort of thing. 3 minutes, finish. I said, next week. I said, what? It was over the plaster. It was very short, and because he asked me to bring my daughter twice a week, but it was not possible because one way 3.5 hours means going back and forth 7 hours. So which means 1 day is gone. So you can't take 2 days off. Even I'm a researcher of one of the laboratory, but I cannot be off for 2 days. So what happened was my wife and me in turn take a day off and then bring my daughter to Dr. Mana's. So cut the long story short, after 3 months, the doctor who was plastered my daughter is going away for the Christmas holidays. This was, probably he will take about 1 month holiday. So they want to check whether my daughter's condition. So we brought my daughter to this doctor, and eventually we found this particular doctor was famous for the Olympic athlete because he was expert on that field. Anyway, then this doctor tried to see my daughter through the ultrasound over the plastic. So he was just doing it. And then we saw that on the screen, normal hip bones. And then we saw, wow. But this doctor's face changed because he said, wait a minute, just a minute. He went next door and then he started bringing certain noise. We can hear it. It appeared to be the nurse, chief nurse was called, the X-ray technician was called and see whether the X-ray was right or not. Why that daughter of mine was plastered and all this. He was doing all this discussion over there, and we can hear it was through the door. And eventually he came out and said he was almost question mark all over the face. And he said, it appeared to be your daughter's is normal. I don't know what happened. So as soon as I come back from the Christmas holiday, I will examine your daughter thoroughly. So I think, at the moment, as a plaster as it is, and come back in January sort of. And then so what happened was in January, I think 10th, in 1991, we brought my daughter to this doctor. And then he take off the plasters, he checked everything, and take an X-ray, MRIs, PET scan, everything. Well, you name it, everything. And whatever angle he did, and then all of the check, he said, your daughter is normal. So what happened was, that was January. In February the 1st, I went to see Dr. Mana. What is this cymatics? I like to learn this cymatic therapy. So I went to stay with my Dr. Mana, and I was personally trained for 1 week, and then weekend off, and then following week I went back, and another week. So I got 2 weeks completely personal training under him, and at the end of the 2 weeks, I had a machine to treat anybody. So that's how we started. But at that time, I didn't want to make this as a career or like treating some other people. I thought it was a good thing to have it at home. If my daughter has some problem, then you might put this sound on it. And then what happened was next door neighbor had a kind of crooked waist, and then he was in pain. So I put the sound on it, he was cured in 5 minutes. And then another time the other person had a broken leg. I put it on certain sound, and then seems the leg was stick together very quickly. So I'm just doing it. That's like from now on. certain people need help, I was doing it. Then eventually, at that time my daughter, my wife was premature baby specialist. So the certain premature baby means you can put a baby on your hands. It's very small. So if this baby has a problem, and doctor can't do any surgery, do nothing. Literally too small to do anything. So basically just let them die. So one of the Indian parents approached me and said, you do certain sound therapies. Can you do it my son? Because my son is dying. Anyway, whatever you happen, I don't blame you anything. But can you try this, on my son? So I said, okay, I'll do it. When I saw it, the baby was literally on my left hand. It was short, and then I was putting this big speakers over it. This speaker too big. And anyway, I was putting all this sound. And he had a problem with the kidney, he had a problem with liver, he had a problem with the heart. All this did not function properly. So I put one by one all this sound, kidney, livers, and lungs, and heart and everything, and just let it go. But while doing it, the baby started moving quite a lot. Initially, it was almost moving nothing, just dead stuff, so to speak. Now start moving around. But anyway, I did it and bring back, and then the doctor started measuring it, and all of a sudden said, seems normal. And then, of course, after a while, everyone started, wow. Since then, that person was talking, of course. Then other premature babies' parents approached me. Can you do my baby too? And I was doing about 10 congenitally, malformed babies and premature babies. I was doing all that, and then 10 of those, everybody was saved. None of them dead. Everybody became very healthy. And then some years ago, I went back to London, and one of the big Indian guy, I'm here, he is around there. He's a very tall man. He approached me and shaking me this, hey doctor. I said, wow, who is this guy? And that was this baby, the smallest baby I first dated. And then the parents at that time, they came and shake me hands and hug me, everything. And then I was surprised that he was so tall. But that was my first experience. So one by one, I start helping other people. And then that's how I started this particular business. And then every time I do something, I was very successful. I didn't have any problem. Well, you name it. We tried, and then we did certain mentally disturbed people, drug addicts, certain people who had a very bad accident. All this somehow all helped. None of them complained. And then while I'm doing it, Dr. Marwai all the time helping me. But eventually I want to take this back to Japan. Then when I came back to Japan, I just want to show something. And then eventually I give lectures, and then I start teaching how to treat. And that's how it went into Japan. It was 1995 or 96. So he came to Japan for that period. And then started teaching. At that time, the machine was not so very good. And we tried to improve a lot. Initially, this person in Japan wanted to import the machine from England, but that machine was not Japanese standard. He couldn't pass the electrical standard, so it was rejected. So eventually, we have to make own machine in Japan, and we did that. But it was a very expensive machine. I was thinking to develop better machines, how to do it. And I was contacted from Americas. I could get Dr. Gary Buchanan. He was a musician. He is a musician, but at the same time, he was interested in healing using music. And I explained to them how this cymatic principle is, and he was kind of impressed, and we were good colleagues, become the developers. He developed one of the softwares which can test many frequencies on computers, and that computer software was very easy to handle, and we can check many of the frequencies. That's how we developed many of the new commutations, which is like a combination of the sound. And so eventually EMA sound was developed. Thank you.
Sensei Matsushita, então, ele cria o EMA Sound. EMA Sound vem de E, que é o Evolutional, o MA, que é a segunda sílaba de Cymatics, e o Sound, que seria igual à frequência de som, o som, né? Então, assim, naquela época a gente não sabia muito o que era o EMA Sound, a gente não conseguia entender, né? A Mariko recebeu a informação desse grupo fechado, mas ela não tinha muitos detalhes do que era isso. Então, o que a gente fez? Eu fiz uma lista ali de perguntas para poder entender se era uma tecnologia, se era um software, se era um aparelho, né? E tentar marcar ali uma conferência com o Sensei Matsushita. E ela conseguiu, agendou, né, para a gente poder falar com ele, e a gente tinha 1 hora para poder entender tudo que era aquilo. Só que no final das contas a gente acabou ficando com ele 4 horas, né? Porque assim, ele começou a contar dos casos que ele já tinha tratado, começou a contar toda a pesquisa que ele tinha feito, o que ele tinha conseguido, né, de avanço nessa área do Cymatics. Nossa, a gente ficou fascinada. Daí eu falei assim, Mariko, você tinha razão, a gente tinha que estar ontem no Japão para poder aprender isso, né? E foi isso que aconteceu. Para vocês terem uma ideia, tudo isso aconteceu assim em 15 dias. Ou seja, em 15 dias a gente estava no Japão para poder aprender isso e trazer para o Brasil. Bom, então 15 dias depois daquela primeira conferência pelo Skype, eu e a Mariko, a gente estava indo para Guarulhos para poder embarcar ali pro Japão, né? Para a gente fazer o primeiro curso de EMA Sound. Obviamente que era um momento de grande expectativa para nós duas, porque a gente estava maravilhada com o que a gente tinha ouvido, com o pouquinho que a gente tinha visto, né? Algumas imagens que ele tinha mostrado, mas ainda a gente tinha um monte de dúvida para saber como aquilo funcionava, como que era feito o tratamento, né? E como era o procedimento disso daquilo, né? Então a gente estava ali na ansiedade ali para poder logo entender todo o processo ali do EMA Sound. Então a gente chegou, daí no dia seguinte a gente foi para a aula, né? E daí a gente olha a sala assim, e tinha outros alunos, tinha mais uns 3 alunos japoneses, claro. E ele começa a dar aula, né? E a aula ele começou a falar em japonês, né? Eu na minha ingenuidade, eu pensei que o curso ia ser dado em inglês, né? Porque aquela conferência do Skype, tudo bem, a Mariko começou falando em japonês com ele, mas logo a gente mudou para o inglês, porque ele falava inglês e eu nem tinha me preocupado, achei que o curso ia ser em inglês, né? Quando ele começa a falar em japonês, eu falei, caramba, meu. E daí eu levantei a mão assim e pedi para ele, eu falei assim, Sensei, o curso vai ser dado em japonês? Ele falou assim, sim. Eu falei assim, tá, mas o senhor sabe que eu não falo japonês, né? Eu posso então gravar o curso e depois a Mariko me ajuda, né? E daí ele falou assim, pode. Então foi isso que aconteceu, né? A grande parte foi dada em japonês mesmo, né? E depois um pedacinho, assim, algumas coisas que eu entendendo, ia perguntando para ele em inglês e ele respondia em inglês para mim. E foi assim que foi, dessa forma. A gente voltou pro Brasil né? E o interessante que aconteceu foi que quando a gente estava chegando em Guarulhos, eu estava sentada na janela do avião, tinha uma pessoa no meio e a Mariko no corredor, né? E dela bate na minha perna e fala assim: Miriam, dá uma olhadinha aí na janela, olha a janela, tal. E quando eu olho a janela assim, nossa, eu vi uma imagem impressionante. Eu vi que na sombra do nosso avião, que se formava na nuvem, né, do meu lado esquerdo, tinha se formado um halo de luz como se fosse um arco-íris, né, redondo, em volta de da sombra do nosso avião. E aquilo ali foi maravilhoso de ver. Na hora eu peguei meu celular e comecei a gravar a imagem, né, porque para mim aquilo ali foi um sinal de que o que a gente estava levando do Japão para o Brasil de fato ia poder ajudar muita gente, né? Então foi isso que aconteceu. Nós voltamos para o Brasil e no dia seguinte nós começamos a atender as pessoas. Lógico, inicialmente para amigos, né, e familiares, e eu acabei lembrando daquele aparelho russo que eu tinha feito o treinamento e acabei comprando ele. Esse aparelho se chama BioWell. O BioWell é uma tecnologia fantástica e ela é composta por um hardware, que é um aparelho onde a gente tira as fotos dos dedos das mãos da pessoa, junto com um software poderosíssimo, que tem uma inteligência que consegue fazer uma correlação do brilho e da intensidade de luz que é capturada nesse hardware, né, de cada dedo, com a medicina chinesa. Então, através daí, é conseguido fazer o quê? A medição e a mensuração da quantidade de energia que você tem em cada órgão do seu corpo, né? Alinhamento energético, equilíbrio, alinhamento dos chakras e uma série de outras coisas. Inclusive, o cientista que criou toda essa tecnologia, que é o professor Korotchkov, menciona que esse aparelho russo foi utilizado pelos atletas olímpicos na Olimpíada de Sochi, né? Então, era feita a medição pelo BioWell de todos os atletas e daí na hora era definido qual era o atleta que tinha mais condições energéticas de entrar naquela prova. A partir daí, com esse aparelho em mãos, eu comecei a medir o antes e o depois do tratamento com as frequências de som. E foi muito interessante porque a gente conseguiu constatar, né, a melhora que o cliente relatava para a gente quando ele saiu da maca. Ele falou assim: não, eu estou mais equilibrado, eu estou mais calmo, né? Mas uma coisa é só ter e a gente ir baseado na fala dele, na percepção, e outra coisa é você ter como constatar, né? Através das medições e mostrar numericamente, né? E através de gráficos e tabelas, o quanto aquela pessoa melhorou, né? Quanto que subiu a energia de reserva, qual a porcentagem de melhora do alinhamento dos chakras, né? Quanto que ele melhorou energeticamente falando, né? E tem mais, eu também comecei a medir os terapeutas, antes e depois deles aplicarem a técnica. E o interessante de tudo isso é que a gente constatou que os terapeutas também melhoram os seus índices energéticos. Com base nesse trabalho, nós decidimos lançar em agosto de 2019 o nosso primeiro livro, que é esse aqui. Esse livro é muito especial porque ele teve a participação dos nossos alunos. Nesse livro, nós contamos 33 casos diversos que mostram a atuação do Emasound em questões físicas, emocionais e psicológicas. Nós também estamos dentro do programa de voluntariado do Hospital São Paulo da Unifesp. E com toda essa movimentação, nós temos recebido muitos contatos de pessoas interessadas em entender melhor o que é o Emasound e as atividades do Instituto Biocymedics. E é por esse motivo que nós começamos a gravar esses vídeos para poder compartilhar o nosso conhecimento. Esse vídeo então foi sobre o Emasound, que é essa maravilhosa técnica que a gente trouxe do Japão e que a cada dia aqui no consultório nós vemos o resultado, né? É incrível ver como as pessoas entram e depois como elas saem, né? Então compartilhe aí nos comentários se você tiver alguma dúvida, se você tiver alguma sugestão, se você precisar de algum outro esclarecimento, que eu vou fazer o possível para responder o mais rápido possível a todos os seus comentários aí e questionamentos. Muito obrigada!